By the way, I just discovered tomorrow is the 15th of April 2026. I'm using the I'm using start from the Google Phone. I'm in the case of Poland because my friend is trying to get housing via two-step application. So my dad is not updated. So I'll be getting this from from this road to the community, and I hope to sort out my issues before I get a property. So I'm just gonna find twice before I get a property. I'm still worried about chicken devil because my wife's being violated, but we have to get on with this. So this is my drone. This is my humanitarian drone. This is be regular drone, but I named myself NSIGII Human Rights Drone instead because I was going to do some arts and craft with the wood, and this is what I came up with. This is insane. So it's like art and craft is like what I did to to the wood. I'm trying to get it all sorted out. So let's go to the video now. So NSIGII assembly assembly this is assembly architecture specification. Today's video is about wood interior wood, but I just want to get it all sorted out. So you get no one gives no one why I made this simple. Hence remember X error asking me these people executed techniques. No one's gonna give you food, water, and shelter. No one's gonna give you food and water and shelter. Remember, if you have to provide it, you have to provide it. No one's gonna give you that. That's a ability hindrance. I found that existed, and I am bipolar, so I have to sort that out. Systematically, I have to break this down. So NSIGII is a human rights organization. So my drone, I have to think about it creatively. What's the name of the drone? Drone, drone aircraft. Drone aircraft. So it does with this is the drone aircraft basically means drone refueling station. So drone has refueling station. So basically it's a human so it's basically the Geneva Convention. And the Geneva Convention is the one that protects the law. So if I'm protected by Geneva Convention, I can have it as a humanitarian aid. So we will fly over blockade. So it will be all autonomous, but you don't have human. As long as no killing anybody, we can put the Red Cross on it, and we can put the Red Cross on it, and that will be something that they won't shoot down because it's humanitarian. But just to be verified. So in the real world, I'll put it in the sky, like to have a red cross symbol somewhere they can't shoot down. So if they shoot down, they're liable to shoot it down. Because just be like so you have to am I talking about the red cross? No, the Medicaid aid, Med Aid, the Red Cross. Not Red Cross itself, the medical aid. The medical aid. So this is like the Red Cross, but it's not a Red Cross per se, it's the medical aid symbol. So it's a green cross. It's a green cross. I don't know what it's called. After going to this Geneva Convention, I have to find out how to work with the what is the Red Cross and Green Cross. But it's a medical aid, so it's basically gonna give you food, water, and shelter because it's a drone, it's a green cross. So it's not the British Red Cross I'm talking about. It's not that one. I'm talking about the green cross. So it's what it is. So it's what it is. So you're gonna have the drone aircraft refueling. You're gonna have assembly. So you're gonna have assembly and of the aircraft for maintenance. Assembly, architectural assembly of assembly. So I want maintenance increasing and they do maintenance. So the maintenance is there. So this is drone again. This is what I've come up with. This is just this is looking at an RC car. This is looking at like a simple thing, but it's gonna be a remote control car, remote control RC drone. instead of an RC drone, you're gonna have an RC drone. So RC drone is going better than a drone, but you're gonna have let's just start with an RC drone. So if you have macros, RC drone with macros. So basically you can record event and play back the feedback loop. So you have a drone with a macro and a feedback loop. So let's do this. So take this drone for example. This drone is gonna be flying, and when it's gonna fly this is the one said. So take an orange, so you take a sphere, say 2 points to the sphere, 2 points to the sphere, here and here. Draw a straight line. Get a knife and cut it. Get a knife. And cut it here. This path is an A-star path. A-star, so this is a Hamiltonian distance between 2 points on the orange. Now, this is the well. So this path is taking a knife and cutting this knife with this. And this will cut the orange. If I cut this path, we're putting this path between 2 points on the line. This was airplane dot, so the airplane A-star. But that one operates in time, so the time factor. You see it deals with food, it deals with food, water, and shelter. I rather time. So there's a clock. There's a clock. And that clock is the time. The timer. So as soon as you cut that, it's like most of arrive in time, food in time, water in time, or ahead of time. So ahead of time would be if it comes early, very early than late, ahead of time. So ahead of time. By that. So it's basically ahead of time system. And it's gonna give it to you. So this like this is sphere, and it has a nice line cut through the sphere between 2 points, and that's the shortest path between points A and B. This is not the line. This is not the line. This is not this line A and B. This is not this line A and B. So that's what I'm saying. So that's the first thing I want to address. So second thing I want to address is the kind of drone flying, the linkable. So you're gonna have an RC remote control, which stands for RC definition, remote control drive, a remote control operator. Me, but I don't want anybody to be controlling this step. Oh, you're gonna go around. Let me go and get my. So you're gonna have the shortest path is this point. So on this orange, so on this which is A-star algorithm. So you don't want to overcomplicate this. It's just a translate the same translation by itself. It's getting complicated now. So the times of war, basically, it goes to deal with the problems of trying to do is blockade. This is a blockade of food, water, and shelter. This is a blockade. Okay, for every pathway and shit, there's solutions. For every path you go, everywhere you go, it will come to the problem. And what I'm talking about here, so you're gonna have the Red Cross doing this thing. You're gonna have the CBD food, it's really difficult in the show. If it's a war, and you can always give food, with a shelter, to yourself, primarily to yourself, to me, myself, and I'll try for yourself. Me, Uche, me, myself, X days, and I, it will be me, myself, and I in tricolor. And I'm going to Nigeria, whether you like it or not. So just deal with that. Your support is not my problem. All right. I'll go on holiday to somewhere and disappear. I'll go. But this is a tricopter. That must mean, I don't even know the math of this. I've not really designed it properly. So this is my tricopter. Yeah, this is my tricopter. This is it. I've not really decided how to spread this. So, I think it should be too much wind is not good. So, I think you can fly up, down, and that's going to go. Basically, go to define the problems based on humanitarian aid and, quantities of food you can do. So you can decide you can do with your food, you can do with medicine, you can do with bandages, you can do with all the kind of humanitarian things you do in war. So it can deliver you things. Let's go. Anything that's bandages, wounds, cream, soap, sanitary items, liquid, water, packages as rations, food, canned foods, all of that kind of good stuff. That uses version now. That's what you should do with deliver them. So that's the kind of go. Anything that's in there, deliver it to. Right, okay. And the other thing I want to address is the fact, let me think. So, no, yeah, question for now. Drones are, yeah, basically it's an aircraft. It's gonna be like an aircraft. So, it's a delivery something, a delivery aircraft. So I don't know the term drone. Let's call it delivery aircraft. It's a delivery aircraft. So it's basically an aircraft with packages to deliver. And that's what I'm saying. With payload, it contains something loaded, that can be shipped, delivered, packaged and delivered to a humanitarian responding crisis. And we're gonna have we can still be in skill, mid-flight. So you're gonna have three in one, no? You're gonna have the design. It's not just have one drone. You're gonna have three in one. So you're gonna fly the swarm. You're gonna fly the swarm. You have three aircraft, three aircraft, a docking station. So it's gonna be I think it's gonna be electric. You're gonna have a docking charging station. It's gonna be solar powered. And you're gonna have a battery pack. You're going to have a CMOS battery. You're going to have supposed to do with bucket. You do want to bucket. Well, you can do bucket. I don't know if you're going to fly for long distances. You're going to be shut down. It's going to be three drones in one, three aircraft. Anything to do with aircraft. So this is my good mode of aircraft. So this is going to have aircraft carrier. So it's going to carry. This is mode of aircraft. Mode of carrier. So because it is modeled out of the aircraft, model designed out of the aircraft, it's gonna have aircraft capabilities. So it's gonna have to run behaviors, it's gonna run as an aircraft. It is an aircraft that carries payload of food, water, and shelter information. So it can help people navigate. No shelter can't come carry shelter, of course, but carry information. It helps people navigate scenarios of shelter. Because if I can't find shelter myself, I'll be like, I'll be dead. So that's the drone system. So I've got my code. So let's run the code now. Yes, the hunger problem. Now, the hunger problem. So basically, when I was hungry, I had a problem with something, and I developed a cooking machine. So a cryptic steam machine. So I'm very proud of this cryptic steam machine Because it's very important to stamp. Oh, my head is clearly cut off by the camera. So I'm very proud of this quick machine because it does what I need. So if you're hungry, if you're hungry, if you're hungry, uh, mm, okay. So basically, this is a cryptic state machine. Cryptic state machine. Basically, the state to get hungry. If you're hungry, you eat food. If you're hungry, you can eat food. It is important to ideally. You have an ideal state here. Ideal state of ideal state of still hungry. So still still so basically here is very important to stamp. Uh, so basically this question is very important to stamp for me. Anyway, so if I was hungry, I'm hungry. Yes, I'm hungry. I have a three states. These foods consume food, water, consume food or water. But this can be reduced to two things: consume, eat, consume, drink. Consume food, consume. Eat, drink, drink or eat. Depending on the state time. Now, the idea of this previous machine is that you have a state to fulfill. So you have things to fulfill. So if you're hungry, you eat. If you're hungry, you eat. If you're thirsty, you drink. But this one function called consume. So hungry, or thirsty is in a situation of hungry or thirsty. I don't even know what I need. I'm certain of my needs. Hungry, consume, drink, consume and drink water. I and then I go back to idle. Still thirsty, still hungry, drink, drink again. Because if you find out what makes people uncertain, and this is called the cryptic state machine. The goal is the cryptic state machine has two states, and two states here are eat or drink. Eat or drink. But if it's just one state, just eat. So just one. So if I'm giving one example is again, hungry hungry consume food or eat food. And then you have hungry is you come to an idle state. Now, because you eat food, because you consume food, this is called an idle state. So that means you're still hungry. Still hungry, this is an idle state because it's still less system. And this is still hungry to consume. That means you have to eat again to eat again, consume. So basically, you have to drink again. So if you consume once, consume twice. So you take two consumptions of food, and then you're not done until you drink water. So everything stays there, and you're done. So the goal of this is to have two consume over equation over equation. This is a quick mistake. So this is some of the whole thing. So basically, this machine has two interpretations of a state. It's a bipartite state machine. And because it's trilateral consensus, of course, you can say, am I hungry? Am I thirsty? It operates for human needs individually. The machine can handle those things. So, I've written a couple of this called quick state machine. Give me my name, Namdi Michael Abala. Just Google the quick state machine. They are basically, you don't know the state at random. But, basically, state transitions, you have two resultants. Say quickly. So basically, instead of a regular yield, you can end with a state of eat or drink or consume. So this can become consume as a function. And consume as a function multiplied, you have two states. So you have two state results. So this is a way to have two states in one machine that result as a result. So the return is a two-state, the consumer, and it's like a generative consumer of a function that we call routine. So I'm explaining kind of in a kind of little sentence where it's a generator and a consumer. So basically, it's consumer, not a generator. So basically, it consumes objects, it consumes some kind of data and state. Well, has two bytes, just two results. Like a function returning A and B, A and B, not just one result. A function returning two things. So this function returns two things because the states have interpretation. Based on configuration, you get an order, you get a unilateral order, you get no order in the system. You get no order in the system. You can consume a receiver and a verifier, transmitter and a verifier, receiver in any way you want to do because these are two results in one. It's one macro result. So this is what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So the goal of this is to have a system that expresses this mathematically on the board as a state machine. And that's what CB represents. So it's a hungry machine, but you have two states, like in two states. So if you have hungry, consume food, water, still hungry or still thirsty, consume food, water. And you should know and you come down. Still hungry, consume more, still hungry, consume food, still hungry, consume water. Still thirsty, consume water, still hungry, consume food, and done. And that stimulation is done because it allows the consensus to be unilateral. Basically, it's a staleness system. It remembers the state it was in. So basically, this is a feedback loop system as well. It's a feedback loop system. So as I say, it's mainly a feedback stability feedback loop system. And first of all, to do this, what's the power that can interpret the constant state is a feedback loop. So it's feedback loop to say, have I done my job? Have I done it as a cognition? Have I done the job that the human intelligence is doing? It's a cognition stability interface, it's a cybernetic interface to the problem at large. Thank you for watching this video. By the way, this is my drone again. I'll get my money from the human rights. Thank you for watching this video.